Hello, hello, hello. It's a little bit past midnight and I have like a sudden burst of energy. I'm like, what is going on? I was in bed all day feeling unmotivated, and then all of a sudden, she's back on her feet. So I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about therapy. Let's check in about therapy while I do my skincare. Nothing crazy, super basic, but just enough to like get my skin ready and freshened up for tomorrow. But yeah, I wrote is it one, two, three, four, five top lessons that I've learned in therapy so far. I started therapy, I don't remember. I believe that was 6 months ago or coming up on 6 months. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of effort put into this. And I've learned so much. I've learned so much from this process. I've learned so much about myself and voicing my needs and figuring out what my needs even are. So I don't have a method for this. We're just gonna chat, okay? I'm gonna go through the top lessons that came to mind instantly. I didn't want to overthink this by being like 15 things from therapy and you should do this. This is me. These are the things that I have learned. And so let's get into it, okay? So first things first, get the help you need. If you have a toothache, you wouldn't go to the eye doctor and be like, can you help me get to the bottom of this? What's going on with me? If you have eye problems, for example, right now I can't even see myself. That's how bad my eyes are. If you have eye problems, you wouldn't go to, say, the mechanic and be like, can you give me your glasses, please? And that's literally how silly it sounds sometimes when we know what we need help with, but we're trying to go about it a different way. Or sometimes we don't even know. You don't even know what you need help with. And so this shows up in a couple of different ways for me. First, I I did a couple of things backwards. I I've always known that I needed to be in therapy. I should have been in therapy since I was a child. Um, I've lived such a long life. I'm 27 years old and I've lived such a long life. By the way, jump scare, I'm about to put a nose strip on because I am sick right now. I am congested and I need to sleep good tonight. But there were certain traumatic experiences that happened to me at a young age that I didn't get help for. And one of the bigger ones is surviving an earthquake as a child. It was my younger sister and I. She had a therapist. I helped her through the things, and I'm not that much older than her, and I needed help too, but I didn't get the help that I needed. And so I've just been aware for a very long time that I've been needing help. I think it's like one of those things, like just avoiding it because I'm like, how much is it gonna cost? What is it gonna take for me? How messy is this gonna be? How much work am I gonna have to put in? And so a lot of it truly is I can breathe again. A lot of it is more of like a mental barrier than it is like anything else. It's like, what are people gonna think about me saying that I'm gonna go into therapy? You know what I mean? You know, the Christians be Christians, child. So it's like, how do I sound saying that I want to go into therapy? Da, da, da. Anyways, I avoided it for a very long time. And so I was like, I just had come to peace with the fact that I might never be able to go into therapy. I might never get it. I'm fine. I don't need it. I'm good. We're good. I'm fine. And so my workaround was, I'm gonna get into leadership coaching. I got a leadership coach before I got a therapist, y'all. Don't do that. Get the help that you need from the person that you need it from, you know? And so I'm like, oh yeah, leadership coaching is gonna be my workaround. Maybe we're gonna talk about this stuff in there. The lady said, I'm not your therapist. This is not the type of time I'm on, you know? And so as I'm going through leadership coaching, was that 16? I don't remember the number off the top of my head for it. I think it was like 12 weeks, like maybe 2 to 3 months of leadership coaching the whole process. Shout out Dr. Sherry Ann McLean of McLean Coaching and Consulting. But as I'm in leadership coaching, things are coming up for me. But I can't talk to her about it because the lady set her boundary. I am not your therapist. So we can't talk about it. You know what I mean? So that's when I realized, no, I need help. Like, as I'm doing the homework from leadership coaching, I'm getting emotional. I'm crying. I'm overwhelmed. And it's like, I'm sorry, I can't help you with this. This is clearly something so much deeper that you need to unpack with somebody, you know? And so that's when I knew. And then afterwards, I tried to get like a creativity coach, but she is like my leadership coach's mentee, and she does like a lot of like discovering your, it's like also like business and creative coaching. So I did a session with her, and again, I was so avoidant. I was so closed off. I clearly wasn't ready to talk about some things and unpack some things, and it was obvious like I'm not ready for this. Like, in order for me to be able to get to the point of exploring these things and like going full throttle at my dreams, going full throttle at the things that I know God has called me to do, get to the root of what why you're not able to do them. Crazy. So yeah, I avoided therapy. I'm like, I'm gonna get a leadership coach. No. I mean, leadership coaching was great. It was great because I mean, I learned a lot about my what's it called? Not attachment style. What is it called? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I forgot the thing that we did. But like how I work, what kind of my leadership style, how I work in teams, how I work in groups. I learned a lot about that, and it informed a lot for me. Like, we set clear developmental goals for me. Like, speak up in meetings, share your ideas, share feedback, like things like that. Like, I started a journal to document the times that I spoke up in meetings, to document the times that I, you know, that I shared my ideas, journaling, celebrating my small wins. Like, it was so good. It was really, really good. I did a video talking about top lessons that I learned for leadership coaching. I can link it below if you guys want. But again, I got so much from that experience. And so that is a part of it, but it wasn't enough because we got to get to the bottom, to the root, girl. We got to uncover the root of why I avoid certain things. We got to get to the root of what makes me close off. Why do I self-sabotage? You're not going to get that in coaching. You're going to get that in therapy, because therapy, like, think of it as like therapy. You're like going into the past and unraveling that. Coaching, you're going into the future. You're like, this is where I see myself going. This is where I need to go. Get me there. Therapy is, this is where I'm coming from. Help me unravel this mess. That's my translation of it, anyways, you know? And so that is a part of it. And also, you need to go to specifically what you need. If you need to unpack trauma, go to somebody who specializes in trauma. If you need to unpack PTSD, go to somebody who specializes in that. My therapist specializes in like overcoming trauma, and also like eldest daughter trauma. My God, on this today. That is what I need. And that's what that lady do for me. Okay. That's what we talk about. That is her area. She works with eldest daughters to overcome all of the things that come with the title. Actually, God forbid, I'm not an eldest daughter. I am the oldest child. We're correcting the narrative right now. I'm not the eldest daughter. I am the oldest child. I just so happen to be the one that came out first, but I'm not an elder. Hello? That's what I learned in therapy. And so, like, yeah, get the help that you need. And so I went to someone who I know will understand where I'm coming from. I know sometimes they say that, like, be open-minded about who you seek out help from, but Black women have never steered me astray. Thankfully, God will always put people on my path. who will lead me the right way. I don't know, like Black women have always poured into me, and I have amazing other mentors from other cultures, other nationalities, other ethnic backgrounds, but I it's I'm in a season where I'm really craving like care from Black women in a way that I never knew that I needed. I never knew that I would crave it like this. Um, but I'm craving it so much because like we look out for us in a way that no one else looks out for us. And as long as I am in the care of a Black woman, I know that she has my best interest at heart. You know, I would never approach anybody like this lady might try to sabotage me. No, like why would you think that? Like be mindful of who you work with. Pray over, you know what I'm saying? Pray that God will guide you to the right people that you need to be in contact with. And so I trust that anybody that I try to work with, they will have my best interest at heart. Yeah. Like, and it's gonna be a Black woman. I have a Black woman leadership coach. I have a Black woman dentist. I have a Black woman therapist from Atlanta, Georgia. And she calls me Lan. Lan, this is crazy, Lan. This is devastating, Lan. What else do I have? I keep forgetting the people, but everybody in my life is Black women, okay? And they love me and they uplift me and they validate the things that I say. And it was very important for my therapist to be a Black woman, to specialize in exactly the area that I need to conquer and overcome. And I got that. And it's been great. And somebody who, not like to be tough with me, but keep it real with me. You know, like also my impression of therapy from like TV and shows is that like there's a lot of hand holding. No, I want to walk away with this with clear goals. Just like in leadership coaching, like we set clear goals and we checked in on those KPIs. How are you working towards that thing, you know? And so I needed that same energy when it came to therapy. Oh my goodness. I said that took 12 minutes to say one thing. Oh my gosh. Let's keep going. I'm gonna speed through the rest. But I think that was like the most important one, TBH. So I'm so glad I kind of like spent a lot of time on it. I'm gonna breeze through the rest. Number two, bring your full self. Child, don't go over there and play in that lady's face or in that man's face, because you know, professionals. Don't go over there and play in their face. They're trying to help you get to the bottom of whatever it is that you're trying to overcome, whatever it is you're trying to conquer. And you can't come over here and lie to these people. They know everything. They know everything from the way that you talk, from the way that you answer their questions, from the way that you answer the homework. They already know what time it is. And so you would be doing yourself a great disservice of like not keeping it real with them and not being honest about, you know, your struggles. What specifically do you need help with, and what are you trying to overcome? And like when you're telling your stories, be as detailed as possible. Like when we first started, it was rough. Cause she be like, tell me more about this. Tell me about it in detail. And I'm talking about stuff that I've never spoken to another soul about, that I've kept inside of me for 20 plus years. And she's like, I need details. No one has ever asked me that in my life. No one has ever validated that, for one. And I'm sitting here and this lady is like, I want to know everything in every detail. Lay it on me. And I'm like, da, 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 da. Bring your full self if you want these people to help you. It's so funny. Something that just came to mind just now is like when, you know, like in the shows when like somebody gets like a lawyer to like help them with a case, and then the lawyer, one of the first thing the lawyer says is, tell me the truth, lay it on me. And they lie to the lawyer every time, and the truth always comes out. Stop playing in these people's face. They're trying to help you. No matter what it is, like, keep it real. They're literally trying to help you. You know, so I've just like it has validated me so much to be like, and this is what happened, and this is what was said, and this is what was done. Like, speak it. You know your truth. You know what occurred to you. You know what it is you're trying to overcome. Speak to it. Speak the truth. Shame the devil. So I can't lie to the lady. The other day, I had like a really awkward therapy session 2 sessions ago. We had like a very awkward session because I was holding back. I was holding back on her. And usually I'm like the person who's like, if you can imagine, but I'm like the person who's like hyper self-aware. Like hyper aware. Not perfect, because she do be reading be fulfilled. I'm definitely not perfect. But I'm like, I can be real. I can be real. I can be like, I did something that was trash. I said something that was trash. Like, I can keep it real, you know? But in that therapy session, I was like dodging her questions. It was awkward. It was like really, really awkward. I was just like, I don't want to talk about the things. Like, I don't want to talk about it. The next week, hi, can we have an emergency therapy session, please? Because something happened and things blew up in my face. Yeah. Tell the lady the truth. She's like, oh, I knew. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I played it off very well. What are you talking about? She's like, girl, I knew. Because I'm asking you stuff. I'm asking you over here, you over there, you want to, girl, I knew what time it was. And I'm like, whatever. And so I bring my full self, I bring my truth. Like, you in this space where you're seeking help, you're seeking enlightenment, you want to get to the bottom of whatever it is that's been holding you back, whatever it is that's been, yeah, holding you back, having a hold on you, keeping you, limiting you. And so bring it to the full, bring all of it, bring the mess to the table. And if you're talking to a professional who you don't feel safe to do that with, there's a reason. If you in your gut you're like, I don't want to talk about this with you, there's a reason. Listen to it. Get somebody else, girl. You don't have to stick to that person. If you don't feel safe with that person, how are you gonna be able to unpack all of this and do the work? Absolutely not. You know. Next, put yourself first. My goodness, like, this has been so hard for me to make my therapy sessions about me. Oh, I did not know how much of a struggle it is. Sorry, y'all, I have a cold. But like, to make it about me, I never did that before. It's so crazy. You want me to talk about me? What do I say about me? I don't know what to say. Like, it's about me. It's about the things that I have dealt with. It's about the things that I've overcome. It's about the things that I would like to work through. It's about the way that I get in my own way. It's about the way that I allow certain narratives to feed into how I look at myself. This work is about you. If nothing else, this is one of the places. Oh, I was gonna say safe. My mouth was gonna say safe just now. This is one of the safe places where you can make it about you. Make it fully about you. You know? Like, I have to fight the urge to be like, sorry. I have to fight the urge to be like, so and so over there is struggling with this. My family members are struggling with this. I don't talk about nobody else in therapy but me. And that was struggle. That was so hard for me. I'm like, no, I'm paying this money. This is about me. We're going to talk about me. We are here to talk about me. These are the things that I'm struggling with. These are the things that I'm trying to overcome. These are the things that keep me up at night. Put yourself first. Put your journey first. Like, again, if you're like me and you've been overthinking it for such a long time, and you get to the point where you're finally doing it, you're doing the thing, you're seeking out help, lean in 100%. Give it your all for you. That's like the best gift you could give yourself. The gift of enlightenment and the gift of like healing and processing and overcoming, you know? Put yourself first, be selfish. If nowhere else, if nothing else, be selfish in therapy. Like, first of all, by the way, this is not educational at all. This is me sharing my experience on the internet for entertainment. This is not educational. But I'm saying, yeah, be selfish. Make it about you. Make it about you. And I will challenge you, if you have like siblings, don't talk about your siblings in your therapy sessions. Don't talk about your parents in your therapy sessions. Make it about you. Because one thing that I've also noticed is that, like, I'll do the, the pattern of blame, but it's like, girl, my therapist is like, girl, we talked about this week one. I need you to stop talking about that. We already talked about that. Let's get to the bottom of how you're gonna overcome this. Let's get to the bottom of like, how are you gonna do better? How are you gonna rise above? Yes, we know the things that happen to you. Wonderful. Next, so don't be afraid to make it about you in this space. Child, if you sat in on my therapy sessions, you would think that I'm not gonna say. Next, be okay with being the only person doing the work. Next, prayer. That last point, it'll come up at some point. I don't want to talk about it right now. Prayer. 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 I just posted a video talking about how therapy has revolutionized my prayer life, how it leveled up my prayer life in a beautiful and magical way. And yes, it's been super helpful. It's been super enlightening. And so when we have whatever we discuss in therapy, that's what I bring. That's what I bring to the secret place. The secrets of the secret place. You know what I mean? This is again back to point number 1, which like I might even do a separate video talking about point number 1 because it's very, 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 very important. I have to debunk some myths, but like your spiritual parents are not your therapists, okay? Your leadership coach is not your therapist. Get a professional to do that professional work. And so the way that this works beautifully hand in hand is that, for example, my pastors are lawyers. Yes, they are great prayer warriors. Yes, they are amazing spiritual leaders. They are not therapists. Okay, they can hold my hand, they can sit with me, they can hug me when I'm crying. But when I want to get to the root of the situation, they don't have the tools. They're not equipped for that. That's not their profession. They're not proficient in that. That's not their profession. And so, my goodness, some things will come up in therapy, and then that's what I pray about that week. That's what I do my devotion around. That's when I'm like, she said this. I have the tendency of doing this, of doing that. Oh, the other day she read me for filth. When I tell you this lady exposed me in the town square, she read me for absolute filth. And I was like, that's not me. I'm reading it back. I said, I do that. I do that. I do that. It's crazy. And so what do? I take that. I take that to my prayer. I don't have a prayer closet, but you know what I mean? Like the secret of the secret place. I take that to my prayer and devotion time, and I'm like, God, I rebuke this. I'm not claiming this. I'm rising above this. Wonderful. And another thing too, I pray for my therapist as well. That's very unconventional, but I pray for my therapist because I realized that like before every therapy session, I would just like pray for myself. Like I pray that God helps me to just like be honest and just show up in this space and give my all and things. But I didn't realize I was not praying for that lady. In the early sessions, I would be like saying stuff and she would be like, she would take a deep breath. She'd be like, this is a lot, Lynn. This is devastating, Lynn. This is a lot, Lynn. And like, I was like, oh shoot, like, this is a lot for her too. She's helping me carry this thing. This is a lot for her. This is heavy for her. And so I started to like actually include her in my prayer. You know, I don't even tell her that, but I just pray for the both of us that we both bring our best to the sessions, that God gives her the capacity to hold space for me, and that she's able to guide me through whatever it is that I'm working through. Like, this is somebody who's holding space for you. The heavy, heavy, heavy stuff that you don't talk to nobody about. Pray for them. So I pray for my therapist, and whatever we talk about in therapy, I bring it to, oh my gosh, I look so crazy right now. But I'm telling you, I'm breathing good. Okay? I'm breathing good. And whatever we talk about, I pray about that. I pray about it and I sit with it and I spend time and I reflect on it, you know? And so that's that's what that looks like right now, y'all. That's what it looks like right now. So far, therapy has pushed me so much. It has stretched me so much. I've learned so much about myself. Um, every day. I mean, I continue to learn things every day, right? I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? I'm acting funny. I'm moving different. She's like, yeah, I know. I seen it. I saw it. You didn't even have to say nothing, girl. I saw it. I was right there the whole time, you know. So it's been good. It hasn't been easy. Like it's not easy work at all. I get exasperated. I get triggered while I'm doing the homework. I cry during the sessions. But most importantly, like she's reading myself to me. Like there are certain ways that I get in my own way that I didn't even realize. There are certain ways that I knew that I struggled with self-sabotage, but I didn't know how deep it was. Girl, it's deep. The roots are deep. And so it's good. It's really, really good. It's been interesting. It's heavy, but I just feel so much lighter. You know, when you carry something for so long, it just being able to put it down for 2 seconds, you're like, oh, okay, all right, I can kind of like, I can breathe a little deeper. I can move different. The weight has been taken off my shoulders. So yeah, those are the lessons that I've learned in therapy, and that I'm continuing to learning. I'm continuing to come to peace with. I love my therapist. She's dope. She's amazing. I can tell that she wants to see me win. She is rooting for me. Um, she likes me, and I like her too. She chooses me, and I choose her too. But like she wants to see me win. I can tell that she wants to see me win. She wants to see me do amazing things. And so that helps me be confident in the work that we're doing together. So yeah. That's my little TED talk. I'm gonna repeat them again. 5 top lessons I've learned in the last 5 to 6 months in therapy. Get the help that you need. Bring your full self. Put yourself first. Be okay with being the only one doing the work. We will talk about that in a different video. And prayer. I feel like each of these could be like a different video, but like, yeah, these are like videos that I want to do for me to like track my progress with therapy. Like these are videos that hit close to home for me. Like outside of the, talking about art and business and making money, like this is what hits it for me because like I'm trying my best. I'm putting in the work. I'm trying my best. And in order for me to soar and take over the world, I have to get to the bottom of the things internally that I'm struggling with that are holding me back. And so I'm willing and I'm devoted to doing the work and getting the help that I need. And I hope that you do too, okay? Get to the bottom of the things, get to the root of the problem so that you can stay in your bag all 2026 and beyond, period. All right, y'all. Good night. Bye. See you tomorrow.